Hi writers, just recently you completed your literary essay or opinion pre-write where you got to choose a topic that you felt passionate about and you wrote to support your opinion. In this unit, we are going to be reading stories and forming opinions about those stories. So starting today, we're going to be close reading to generate ideas about a text. Through today, I want to teach you that in order to write well about reading, you need to be wide awake readers, and we've heard this in our reading lessons as well. Some people say that they read themselves to sleep, but because you are writers, you need to read yourselves awake. So to become especially wide awake readers, you need to read closely, paying attention to little details that others might pass by, and then you write to grow ideas about those little details. So did you know that writers often live intensely before they actually write about their experiences? Being a good writer comes from paying attention to the things very intensely, the things in our reading, and then writing about them. So I want to show you a picture that's going to illustrate my point on the next page here, and then we'll talk about it. So take a few seconds, look at this picture. He says, "This boy is truly alive." What do you notice? What do you see? So just as the boy in this picture is truly alive, your reading can truly come to life when you read intensely. When your reading truly comes alive, you begin to notice details, and you will be able to let them fall down on you like the water was falling down on the boy in the picture. Then when it's time to write about what you are reading, you will be ready, willing, and you will be able. So our goal today is to learn how to be close readers by reading intensely and by paying attention to the little details so that when it's time to write, we are ready. We're going to take some time to notice. When you read something, it is easy to just skim over words without really painting a picture in your mind. Sometimes it helps to reread part of what you are reading so you can get the details in your mind. So let's give this a try. I'm going to help you understand what I mean by close reading by showing you an example. So I'm going to read you a passage from a book called Fox. Fox by Margaret Wilde and Ron Brooks. Through the charred forest over hot ash runs dog, with a bird clamped in his big, gentle mouth. He takes her to his cave above the river, and there he tries to tend her burnt wing, but Magpie does not want his help. "I will never be able to fly," she whispers. "I know," said Dog. So we're going to take some time to close read this and notice some details. So let me read it one more time. Through the charred forest, over hot ash, runs Dog, with a bird clamped in his big, gentle mouth. He takes her to his cave above the river, and there he tries to tend her burnt wing, but Magpie does not want his help. "I will never again be able to fly," she whispers. "I know," says Dog. So if you notice, it says the dog's mouth is gentle. Does that strike you as being odd? Because isn't a dog's mouth supposed to be intimidating? Did you notice that detail? Were there others that you noticed as well? So the first thing I'm going to do is go back to my text, and I have some sticky notes here, and I'm going to write dog's mouth is gentle. And notice on my sticky note, I'm not going to write complete sentences. So I'm going to draw an arrow, and I'm going to write interesting, usually intimidating or scary. And I'm going to put this right next to where I found that detail. So what other details did we notice? We can use the phrase about the dog's mouth as a building block for more thought. So hearing that it says gentle instead of scary or intimidating. What does the description of the dog's mouth make you think of? What thoughts can you add to the thoughts that you have? So to me, this isn't an ordinary dog. Today you're going to give a chance. I took one little passage and I had one sticky note with one detail that I picked out. That's close reading. So you're going to have some sticky notes. They're up front in the homework bin, and you're going to try to find some things that stick out to you in the story you're reading. So before we try this, let's practice one more time. So I'm going to read a passage, the rest of a page from Fox, and you're going to write down details from the passage that make it come to life to you, and write what they are and how it helps you, how it makes the text come alive. You're going to do this through a YouTube comment. So you'll be able to comment below with what you're thinking. So here comes the next passage. He is silent for a moment. Then he says, "I'm blind in one eye, but life is still good." "An eye is nothing," says Magpie. "How would you feel if you couldn't run?" Dog does not answer. Magpie drags her body into the shadow of the rocks until she feels herself melting into blackness. Days, perhaps a week later, she wakes with a rush of grief. Dog is waiting. He persuades her to go with him to the riverbank. "Hop on my back," he says. "Look into the water and tell me what you see." Sighing, Magpie does as he asks. Reflected in the water are clouds and skies and trees and something else. "I see a strange new creature," she says. "That is us," says Dog. "Now hold on tight." Take a moment, look through this text. Is there anything that you would have written on a sticky note? Any details that are interesting to you or that help make your story come alive? Please take time now to leave a YouTube comment on this video. What part of this sticks out to you? What details help make the story come alive? Feel free to pause so the text stays, and then press play when you're done. I look forward to reading the comments that you've left. I know that we've all picked out some important details that help bring the story to life for us. So today, as you are reading, you're actually going to get a chance to partner read for 10 minutes. So 10 minutes of your reading today can be with a buddy. You're going to need to be reading from the same book. So you can use your book, you can use your partner's book, you can both pick out a new book. What you're going to be doing is writing down details that make the story come alive. Is the dog blind in one eye? Can you picture that? Can you picture the gentle mouth? Can you picture the riverbank? So write down details on a sticky note that make the story come alive and put those in your text. Make sure you add your own thoughts about how and why those details make the story come alive. So as you're reading today, I should see timers set for 10 minutes. You can check Google Classroom for the online timer. And I should see sticky notes all over our books within those 10 minutes with details that you are picking out. So as I make my way around the group and as I pull small groups, I'll be looking for two things. The first thing I'm going to be looking for is intense and intent reading of details. I should be able to tell by the way you're sitting and the way you're reading with a partner that you're reading intensely and you're searching for details. I want to see that you're writing those details down on sticky notes, along with a note about how and why it is an important detail and what it makes you think. I look forward to reading your YouTube comments from before, and I look forward to seeing your sticky notes in your own independent reading books. Go ahead.